Communities across the country often pick themes for special events and annual celebrations by linking places with something unique to the locale. For nearly 60 years in Adams County, Pennsylvania, that connection has been apples.
South Central Pennsylvania has lots of orchards and therefore lots of apples. So it's not a surprise that its long-running fall gathering is named the National Apple Harvest Festival. People flock to the festival by the thousands to the sprawling fairgrounds about 8 miles north of Gettysburg. The closest town is Biglerville, which is home to the National Apple Museum. The festival runs through the first 2 weekends in October. While there is quite a variety of food and events, the key word is apple.
So it's just really great, to be able to, celebrate all things apple when we're here. Pennsylvania is the 4th largest apple growing state in the United States. I think Washington is number 1. But because we live in what's called the apple capital of the USA, here right outside of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania in Biglerville, it just made sense to have the festival here.
The clever temporary street signs are just some of the reminders that apples and apple products are everywhere. It goes without saying that if there's any kind of apple dish you're seeking, you've come to the right place. Both apple bread and apple cookies are available, to name a few. And you can even get an apple sausage sandwich. There's also a lot of antique equipment, some relating to farming generally, and some related to apples, dating back to the turn of the 20th century.
Back here we do this for show with the old press. The motor is from 1909. And the press, I'm not sure how old that is. We got the parts and we've restored it to do what we do.
But there are also more general glimpses of times past, when America was more rural. There was a rail splitter. He also makes tar.
This is Adams County tar. When it's warm, it's a little bit like maple syrup, but it'll thicken up. There's a woman here earlier that said her grandmother used to put it on her dad's chest when he was a little boy when he was sick, as a medicine. Probably as good as Vicks Vapor Rub,
He tells his audience that his ancestors would be amazed that a crowd would gather to watch him accomplish what were once ordinary tasks. At first glance, sawing wood seems a more modern task in this exhibition. That's until you understand the power source. The tractor is powered by steam, which turns a flywheel mounted on the tractor. The saw is turned by a second wheel. It's attached to the belt from the tractor. The organizers clearly succeed at ensuring there's quite a variety of attractions, with something for everyone.
We do have something truly for every person in the family. If you like cars, we have the antique cars. If you like to see wood carving, we have people doing wood carving shows. If you like to just stand there and watch someone use the cider press and make fresh apple cider in front of your eyes, we have that. If you want to listen to live music from a variety of artists, we have that.
One demonstration drawing a huge crowd was a group of Native American dancers.
Basically, my biggest thing that I'd like people to learn is that Native people are still here. The culture has never gone away. The people themselves have never gone away. It's still growing and thriving to this day, and we're living proof of that.
While there were plenty of people throughout the fairgrounds, the crowd taking in the Native American dancing was especially large. Wade Gleam says they're a great target for his message.
I think a lot of people still, even this day, have a lot of misconceptions about Native Americans and Native American culture in general. And it's nice to be able to kind of help to get rid of those stereotypes and get rid of that stigma and show people like what we really are all about. And, you know, we're not the bloodthirsty savages that have been depicted for years and years and years in Hollywood. You know, we're people with family.
There were pony rides among other attractions, a big hit with the youngsters. And a puppet show with characters who sang spiritual songs.
His love is a boundless love, and it reaches down and touches me. His love is an endless love that will last for all eternity.
The cider press is especially fun to watch for people who want to know the particulars of making cider.
And how it works is the motor runs the wheel to the belt, to the wheel to the press, okay? And then what we do is we put the apples in the hopper, as you see, and they go down in and get chopped up. They're called apple pummies, into the crates at the round crates at the bottom, which is then covered with burlap, and then they press that burlap and those pummies down, and then the cider comes out the bottom.
Obviously, such a large event could not operate without an army of volunteers. With all proceeds going to nonprofits, the organizers employ a creative way to attract volunteers and share the proceeds with worthy organizations.
We do give back to a lot of charitable organizations around the area, and a lot of them actually volunteer here, and they will send out folks like from the Boy Scouts or from like different educational organizations. Will send students here, colleges, fraternities, sororities, different organizations will come here, volunteer, and then in return they get money for volunteering. So their organization will receive proceeds from the festival.
But most of all, it is the people who attend who ensure the long-running event keeps going, and the traditions of a trip here each fall gets passed down from generation to generation.
It's just interesting that, some people have been coming here truly for over 50 years with their family, and, they'll pass it on to the next member of their family, and then they start coming. So we've been finding that this is really a family tradition that people love.
It's easy to see why, for many, the National Apple Harvest Festival is always on their calendar.